Hi, I'm gonna show you how to make Norin. It's gonna take 3 steps. Step 1. Cooking, about 2 hours. Step 2. Cooling. This you can do in your sleep. Step 3. Cutting and mixing, 1 hour. Let's begin. Here's what you need. Black pepper, cumin powder, olive oil, salt, some yellow onions and a white onion. You can use corn oil as well. A pound of fine egg noodles, any brand is fine. Just make sure they are flat and no longer than 2 inches long. You wanna get 1 big piece of boneless meat. 4 pounds should do. For a little extra flavor, I also like to use oxtail meat, but that's optional. Cutting boards, knives, and other utensils to handle the food. Strainer, a large pot, a frying pan, a measuring cup, and some tea. Wash the meat in a sink and place it in a large pot. Pour 4 liters of water into the pot. It should cover the meat entirely. Add heat, pour salt, and cover the lid. Heat up oil on a frying pan and throw in some yellow onion. Let it fry and turn into a dark gold color. Take it off the flame and let it chill in the hot oil. Once cooled, remove the onions and discard. Pour the onion-flavored oil into a cup and set it aside for later. Right before the boiling point, remove the foam from the top. There are impurities in the stock that come out when you boil it. I recommend you remove this, cause Mama knows best. Now that the water is boiling, time to add 1 yellow onion and a lot of cumin. Cover, leaving a little gap. Lower the heat. Let it cook for 1.5 hours at a slow boil. Remove the meat from the pot and set it aside to cool. Discard the onion. I like to wipe away any residue left from the boil, but be careful, don't burn yourself. Raise the heat to max and put the noodles in the broth. Stir occasionally. You can reuse this broth to make a hot Norin soup. Maybe in another video. Once the meat has cooled, place it in a covered container and store it in the fridge overnight. After approximately 7 minutes of boiling, drain the noodles into the strainer. Shake well to remove any excess water. Put noodles back into the pot. Add half of the onion-flavored oil. Mix well. Let it cool and store in a fridge overnight. The last step, cutting and mixing. Start with looking at the grain of the meat. Notice the lines. They go up and down the meat. Place the meat on the cutting board so the lines go left to right. You want to cut crossing them, like this. Cut several pieces, about an inch thick, and set them aside except for one. Make thin cuts and make sure the lines are seen on the inside of the meat. Continue cutting thin slices. Once you have 5 or 6 pieces cut, turn them 90 degrees and start cutting along the grain lines. You want to keep the fat because it gives the Norin a very rich flavor. Dice it up into small pieces. Cutting the meat is a long process. Get everyone involved and make it a fun activity. Continue cutting until all the meat is cut. If using oxtail meat too, it should also be cut into small pieces and mixed in with the rest of the meat. Bring out the cold noodles and get ready to mix. When mixing, try not to squeeze hard, so the noodles remain whole and everything is loose. Add the remaining onion-flavored oil. Sprinkle some more cumin powder. Now it's finished, but don't eat it yet. Cover and put it in the fridge. Finally, cut up a whole white onion into 2 parts and slice thinly. Place the onion slices into a paper towel and squeeze semi-firmly to absorb some of the onion's juices. This makes the onion less potent. Add the black pepper and mix well. Now you can eat it!